In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to actually code the app so that when we click on the Magic 8 Ball button it's going to change the text that's in label 2. Now to get to the block editor we need to click on the block button at the top right hand corner here, and that will load up your empty block screen. Now the first thing we need to tell it to do is that the button 1 has to be clicked. So click on button 1 at the side here and click on when button 1 dot click. Now the first thing we've got to do is actually tell it that when it's clicked it's got to change label 2. So we click on label 2, scroll down to where you see set label 2 dot text 2 and add that under when button 1 dot click. Now the next step is to tell it that it has to pick from random, because it's going to choose random phrases from a list that we're going to make. So this is where this list option comes in down the side here. Okay. Now we want the option of pick a random item list. Okay. Now we also now need to make a list because at the moment it has nothing to use. So we click on lists again, scroll up to the top and select make a list. Now with this option you'll see it's actually got this blue button here. That's because we're going to need more than 2 of these little peg slots in order to make our list. Here's what we do. Just going to scroll down a little bit for this. We click on the blue button. At the moment we can see here it's only got 2 items. We click and drag an item from the side. Okay. In total you want 6 items. Okay. This is now going to make the list for us, but we need to tell it what each entry is going to be within the list. This is where the text section over the side here comes in. Click on text and you want this top bit here. Now you want to click and drag these empty boxes in because we're going to write what's going to be the entry for the list in there. Now we need to repeat this for each separate item on the list. You could do this by just clicking on text and dragging a new one in, or you could do it by right clicking on one of the empty text boxes and select duplicate. Whichever way works out best for you. Okay, we've now got 6 empty list items. We need to actually write what is going to be the entry for each list so that the app has something to choose from for random. Okay, now I'm going to give you a list of these. Once you've added them all in, it should look a little bit like this. Okay, when you run your app now using the emulator, when you click on the button it will choose a random item from this list. If you want to, pause this video and you can actually copy these items down into your actual program, or you can have a go at making items like this of your own. Extension for this task is when you've finished it, I want you to have a look at actually how we can make it so that instead of pressing a button to click, we use something called an accelerometer, which is where we shake the device and it actually chooses an item from the list from random. And I also want you to have a go at actually setting it up so instead of using the label to change the text, it can use something called text to speech. Have a go at these if you complete this app early.